Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour. Welcome back to another 1v1 replay cast. Today we've got Big SiZe against Sup Reznov in what looks to be a 1v1 clan wars. So if you're not familiar with clan wars, it tends to be high level games, 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s, and you work your way up the ladder to try to get to number one. And often the months are sponsored as well, so if you come like in the top 3 or whatever, usually you win some money as well. So clanwars.cc is that website. With Big SiZe down in the south on Snowy Drought. He's got GLA TOX and he is in the blue color. Up in the north we have Sup Reznov and he is in the cyan, and I think it was USA or laser. I'm not going to press the tab, or am I? Yeah, I'm going to press tab because sometimes there's something here that can be a little bit of an indication as to who might win. But in this case, it doesn't look so. And he's got a super weapon. So Sup Reznov has definitely got the weaker army here. SiZe's GLA on this map, as I found out myself, is very, very strong. And he's got TOX as well. That said, though, he has gone for 3 supplies. So it's a little bit more passive than usual. His arms dealer here will be a fake until he upgrades it. I don't know if he's got enough money to upgrade that right now or not. So yeah, very, very passive. And Sup Reznov, if you're not familiar with this guy, he's a bit of a dark horse, to be honest. I think he's from the kind of Russian community. I don't want to say he is Russian, but he's that kind of Eastern Europe player, I think. And he often is very good. Like every time I've played him, he puts up a very good fight. So I'm expecting big things from here. And maybe SiZe's passiveness here will allow Reznov into this game with the weaker army, because yeah, there's 3 supply. Technical only out now at nearly 2 minutes. If you're super quick, you can actually, with a new build, or get a TNT by 1.5 minutes. So it just shows you in comparison how late that technical actually is. 1v here, it looks like it will go down for absolutely nothing. Not worth getting the Hellfire on that, and SiZe's already got a quad out as well just to seal the deal. SiZe's not actually collecting the scrap yet, but he's going to get it on the quad. I thought he might get it on the technical. No second arms dealer out yet, but Sup Reznov is punishing this passive play here from SiZe, like killing a load of workers. Don't know if he killed many workers here or not. I think most of them survived. SiZe is really after this dozer, and he's sending a worker down the left and a quad cannon down the right. So the quad cannon can get here on this map on Snowy Drought. It's a very, very awkward spot, especially if SiZe manages to get something inside of here. These technicals running around, terrorists also running around. Quad cannon there does go down, almost takes out the V. That's with the help of the scrap. It does a little bit extra damage. And yeah, this terrorist is not really going to achieve much. The aggression from SiZe is very, very little so far. And I think... I know you like... You're supposed to be changing it up every now and again. You're not supposed to do the same build order over and over again, and you become predictable. And I suppose, again, Super Weapon, maybe that is the time to do a passive build order. But if you be too passive and let Super Weapon into the game, like early on is where TOX is strong, and the later and later it goes, when he gets EMPs out and stuff, that's when it can start getting difficult. So Chinook going down here. Reznov is adamant on killing even more workers, but he loses a Chinook there, so already, unless he kills loads more workers, it's definitely not worth it. A V goes down there to some RPGs, another V goes down there to some RPGs, so that's not something you really want against the SiZe on 3 supplies. There's a load of quad cannons out for SiZe. This is the thing I've been debating recently with the GLA versus USA, is like, how many quad cannons do you make? Do you make quads or do you make techs? Because techs in a 1v1 against an MTV should win it, unless they have the tow missile or Hellfire. But quad cannons, with the decent micro on the Vs, the quad cannons should never really get a kill. But the question is it going to be perfect? And SiZe is a player that does like the quad cannons. We've got 3 Vs coming down the middle now with an ambulance. Going to take out this tunnel here. This is the thing, you let Super Weapon into the game, and this is the damage that is going to be caused. Like, SiZe is already losing the supply here. And these quad cannons, what are they exactly going to do against these Vs? Without the help of these RPGs, and there's only 2, by the way, not really going to be achieving that much. SiZe has got a push here on this right-hand side, and again, trying to get stuck in this little corner, and that's going to be really awkward for the Super Weapon then to collect any money. I think even if he long-distance collects, let's say from like here, pretty sure them quad cannons will still be able to hit that supply. SiZe of the big quad pop here. Again, with the correct micro, you shouldn't really be losing anything. It was mainly with the help of the RPGs there. Reznov micro, as you can see, is pretty much on point. It's giving SiZe a little bit of a hard time, but I still think Reznov is probably classed as behind now, because SiZe already getting this aggressive tunnel up here. SiZe has got these quads parked here. Well, a few Vs have been picked off, although not too many. SiZe now pushing down this left-hand side, and this is going to be Reznov collecting basically nowhere. Reznov going to try and clear out this spot. I think that will be denied, and I think these quads will get cleared up. But the problem is, it's just delaying Reznov, delaying and delaying and delaying. There's a Chinook even still collecting from SiZe's supply here. That should overrule the workers. 2 Chinooks have gone down there. 1 missile defender's gone down. That tunnel's been stopped. 1 quad has gone down, and SiZe is now trying to escape with these quads. SiZe just makes it work with the quads, like... Yeah, like here, none of the Vs should go down. I mean, with the correct micro, that V should have been moved back. But yeah, SiZe makes it work because often people's micro is not perfect. I think Reznov was probably concentrating over here. Reznov is working his way towards level 3, mind you, so is SiZe. The drone there has been found, so no more scouting for Reznov. If we look from his point of view, this patch here now will disappear. 1 more V goes down, and this is looking very bad for Reznov, let's face it. SiZe has got 3 supplies. Reznov has no Chinooks. I mean, what is... Oh, he's got 1 Chinook, okay. Did that one go down? Oh no, that one's here. So he has got 2 Chinooks. Okay, I stand corrected. But like, unless SiZe has a seizure... unless SiZe has a seizure right now or something, well, what is Reznov... What is Reznov going to do? SiZe has got a complete containment. SiZe has got 3 supplies. Reznov is only collecting on 1. But the problem is here, like these quad cannons probably will take out another V, maybe. But again, you see, with the correct micro, the quads should never be able to pick off the Vs. That's why typically I like to make the TOX. TOX a lot cheaper, a lot faster. But SiZe is really tearing apart Reznov, even though Reznov is clearing this spot over here. Now the power's gone down, quad cannon's moving back in. It was a fairly strong quad, trying to take down that V, but not quite. RPGs there do get cleared up. SiZe still on 3 supplies, dropping down a palace. No oil capture or refinery capture from SiZe. I would like to see that. I suppose these quad cannons are just keeping Reznov busy until SiZe gets a palace. I think that's what SiZe is trying to do. And as soon as you get them tucked in the back there, it's hard for the Vs to get the kill. Might be able to pick off a few valuable quads here, because the more you can pick off and less that are in the corners, it'll make it easier and easier to deal with. That said, though, 1V almost going down. Nice laser lock there from Reznov. Laser lock in the back quad. 1V does go down. I think that's kind of a worthwhile trade. 1V for about, what, 5 or 6 quads, something like that. SiZe now collecting on this other supply over here. So he's on 4 supplies versus basically, at the moment, 1. Going to be 1.5 because he's going to be collecting on 1 Chinook over here. SiZe still no oil capture and no refinery. I don't know if SiZe is playing at 100% here. Looks pretty solid, but just would prefer the aggression and maybe the oil and refinery to be captured at this stage. Whoa, that was a bit of a Fargo pop there. That was a definite Fargo pop because already 1 or 2 quads have gone down. I think 1. But now all of these quads are dead, and these are 750 apiece. Why is Reznov not chasing that? That's a huge mistake if he's not going to chase and get those 3 kills there. Maybe he's happy just to let them escape. Meanwhile, but he's just hanging around. It's not like he's even pushing anywhere. I don't know why you would let them 3 off the hook there. That kind of baffles me a bit. Got a big size with a worker at the top right, wanting to build a sneaky tunnel. Big size also dropping down a fake black market. He is on 4 supplies. I suppose he doesn't really need his oil, but there's no reason why you don't want to just take it, just to seal this game and make sure you are definitely going to win. Worker there does get cleared up. EMP has been built. EMP over here as well. Pathfinder's now out, so all of these RPGs here should get cleared up. It will take a while because there's only 1 Pathfinder, it seems. The size is only just on a palace. Fake market, come in. The sniper having a field day. He's taking his time, though, clearing these up, but eventually they all do get cleared up. Reznov are way ahead in terms of XP, so you can just see how much XP those quads are giving away. SiZe now with thinking about a big push here on the right side. He needs search and destroy, really. Otherwise, you do risk losing Vs, and that is exactly what I mean. Nice pop there from SiZe. That was the SiZe pop, not a Fargo pop. One quad did go down, but you'll take that. A 1-for-1 trade when you're so economically ahead. SiZe now on... Oh, no, he's not on junk repair. He's actually got the repair bay. So his quads are now repairing. But those 3 quads should be dead. If Sup Reznov had chased them, they would have been dead. Reznov is now... Is he going to make a bit of a comeback here? He's already getting a strat. He's getting a EMP over here on the right. Nobody has got... Oh, no, SiZe does have his oil now. After like 10 minutes, he's finally got his oil. Oil there will go down pretty much straight away, though, from the Spectre. Ooh. How many...
Come along with us.
What the...
Come along with us. Hey, be careful with your boat.
I don't know if that's got guys inside of it or not. I think it has, yeah. No, it seems empty. Yeah, it's empty. What the hell? That was really weird from SiZe there. Unless he evac'd his stuff and I missed it before he ran into the AMP. That's kind of weird. Search and destroy is now going to be initiated, and we have airfield going down, so there's going to be an Aurora, or Auroras rather. And although SiZe has been economically ahead for a while, he's mined out of his main now. His oil got killed pretty much straight away, so it hasn't really done all that much for him. And throughout this, he's wasted so many quads, like 750 apiece, that all of that extra money he's had, he has kind of spent it all on quads and then given free XP to Sup Reznov. Well, maybe not free XP, he has done some damage, but this is just what I mean with the quads. I mean, if the USA player plays 100% perfect, really the quads should lose eventually. That's why I like the technicals, because you're faster than the Vs. You can run around, get the TNTs off, you can do the tech RPGs, but yeah, there's quite a few players. Even Google does the quads sometimes, especially like stealth versus air. You see people making the quads. I suppose that's when you would more than likely go quads, when you're against air. You're here against super weapon. Like at this stage now, with the EMPs, the question is, how does GLA break through that? Because it gets difficult. So Sup Reznov being a MVP here, mixing in like a boss, mixing in the Tomahawk, and actually he got a few things there. He did a few shots on this tunnel, I think. He did a shot on that, and then he finished off with a buggy. So probably just about paid for itself. I would like to see Reznov getting this refinery. SiZe does have his refinery, so all the vehicles are 10% cheaper. One of the questions I get asked is actually, do they stack? So if you get 2 refineries, is it even cheaper? And the answer is no. Aurora comes in there, does go down, kills 3 quads. Was that worth it? Debatable. 1V does go down. A lot of veterancy on those missile defenders, so nice evac there. The V's now coming in, clearing up this tunnel, and now all of a sudden it's definitely looking like SiZe is behind. He's only collecting on 2 workers here, by the way. He's got loads of workers here. CC now being built. And SiZe has just got a few quads against what? EMPs, Auroras, a particle cannon. This is what I mean with that passiveness in the beginning. Not enough damage was done. And now you're letting super weapon into the game. There's going to be 2 particle cannons out. So is this going to be a real big comeback from Reznov? It's looking like it could be. I think Reznov is definitely the underdog here. Got the weaker army and against one of the best players of all time, which is Big SiZe. But yeah, maybe Big SiZe just took this guy a little bit too lightly. You can never underestimate Reznov, as you've seen on a few of my streams before. He's here just taking out all these workers. Again, a bit of a waste from SiZe, because he needs them workers over here, because he's only collecting on 2. And he's got 10k left. Ooh. Aurora, it does come in here. I don't know what exactly it killed, but it did go down. It might have killed 1 or 2 buggies there. Reznov is still collecting over here. Got 12k. This drop zone, I do not like that. Not only do I not like the position, but I actually don't think making drop zones here at all is a good idea. I think just invest in all particle cannons and try and close out the game before that even needs to pay off for itself, because it'll take a while for that to pay off for itself. You're banking on the game going another 4 or 5 minutes, wherein a particle cannon can cause a lot more damage than that can earn in the time. Yeah, all of your money, if you want to play it perfect, I believe all of your money should be invested in super weapons and no drop zones whatsoever. You know, it does get picked off. We had Rebel Ambush, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 Vs in total there get picked off. Buggy's now coming in on this EMP here. There's a few Vs and an Aurora come in. This is where it gets really difficult for the TOX. it's like a completely different match in the beginning to how it is in the end. In the beginning, it's overpowered for TOX, and if the super weapon can last till the end game, in the end game, the super weapon is way more powerful. So, like, how is TOX supposed to break through these EMPs with Auroras, with Fire Bases, particle cannons, and the Search and Destroy Vs? It becomes so difficult. SiZe is going to try and do it with buggies. I think that's probably one of the best ways. A TNT with a distraction tech is one way as well. SiZe trying his best to try and break through here, but the Search and Destroy... the EMP having some crazy range here. V's now going to move in, probably pick off these buggies. SiZe wants to preserve these buggies as best as he can. This tunnel here might go down. Ooh, what is that? Okay, that was the worst leaflet I've ever seen. Complete waste. Can be so powerful. I don't know why he didn't click it there. Maybe he was just anticipating on the army there pushing out. But yeah, when you're under a little bit of pressure, sometimes things are not going to go smoothly. SiZe still collecting on 2 workers, which is kind of crazy. And Reznov is clearing out this left-hand side. SiZe now attacking this power plant. That power might go down, actually. SiZe does have the rocket upgrade as well as the gamma upgrade. So those RPGs are very strong, and you can see the way they're taking down that power so fast. Low power now. So those particle cannons are frozen on 1 minute and also 1 minute and 9 seconds. I'm excited for these particle cannons if they do get to fire. Particle cannons, beautiful to look at. And I think they're a different color for the super weapon, aren't they? Aren't they pink? For the super weapon general compared to the other ones. Are they blue? Never actually truly paid attention, but I think from memory they are pink. I think. Okay, supply going down here for SiZe again. Just as well, really, because I've only got 6.6k over here. SiZe now pushing in with some more buggies, but there is Colonel Burton here, as well as some missile defenders. And only 1 buggy is going to escape. I don't know what the Chinook is doing. I think he's going to drop some Rangers. Yeah, so those RPGs can't shoot directly up, so they are going to go down. SiZe chooses to evac, but they go down anyway, but there's a load more quads here. SiZe has all the upgrades. SiZe is very good with the GLA, and in the late game, he gets all the upgrades, AP ammo, junk repair, and they become so much stronger. And as soon as you win a few engagements, they already pay for themselves. So definitely worth getting the upgrades if you have the extra money. Okay, so a little bit of pressure here for Reznov, but SiZe is on a timer, really. He needs to get in and do the damage now before these particle cannons are able to fire. So Reznov doesn't have very much money here. This is where the drop zone... Ooh, every single V has gone down, but also every single quad, so a bit of a stalemate there. But this is where that drop zone comes into play, because without that drop zone, he would have had the extra 2.5k, which would have meant he probably would have had another 1 or 2 full Vs there, and would have been able to clear that up a lot easier and would have lost less units. But instead, he's invested in a drop zone. It's not going to pay for itself for a hell of a long time. Particle cannon's ready to fire. A10 coming in. Particle cannon is pink. That is confirmed. Takes out, what was it, Arms Dealer? Palace has gone down as well. SiZe is pushing in here. He's got the bounty money, so every kill that he gets, he is getting some extra money for it. He's wasting a few units here. RPGs, few and far between. Quad cannons are sent packing back, and we've got another particle cannon. Took out a market. I think 2 markets there in total. SiZe now has 3 markets and a refinery, so cheaper vehicles and 3 markets. But he does have that supply there as well. Got 2 drop zones actually for Reznov. He does have the supply lines upgrade, which I really like. Another EMP there going up. And you're just seeing the level on Reznov. This is why I say he's a dark horse. He is a good player, man. He is very good. He makes few mistakes, and he knows his build order. He knows his micro. He knows the strategy. He knows the build order. He knows what to do. He knows the position of where he needs the buildings and stuff. Not Demerable Ambush. TOX Ambush comes in there for SiZe. Takes out 2 Vs. Another V gone down there to the buggies. There is a Pathfinder here, just clearing everything up. Missile defenders here will clear this tunnel. And yeah, SiZe is running out of options. Reznov is trying to collect from here, but is that a bit brave? Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a quad in there. Surely there is going to be a quad. You're wondering what all this text is on the screen, by the way. Is this MDS thing? So yeah, SiZe got one quad. I can't actually see inside of his tunnel. Can I not? Can I just not see that? Oh, there we go. I can see now. He's got one unit in there. So yeah, SiZe is running on empty a little bit. He's trying to build a palace, but the parter cannons are going to fire again in less than 2 minutes for both of them. He is still collecting from here. SiZe working his way towards level 5, but not quite. Will he be able to get to level 5 before the end of this game? Will Reznov be able to close it out before then? I mean, with SiZe's just 3 markets and collecting here, don't know if SiZe is... I think SiZe is like I say, he's running on empty and he's not got enough punch now to do anything. He's going to have TOX Rebel Ambush, probably what, in 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. And he's not able to collect from here. He's only on the 3 markets. He's still building his palace. He's got like what, probably 4 quads against the Search and Destroy V. That is going to be a hard ask. No more Auroras built, by the way. That would have been a real nice target here. SiZe is, I think, just trying to scare Reznov away for a second. But these Vs, again, with the correct micro, these quads, even with all the upgrades, they should not be able to outrange the Vs. Still got Search and Destroy. Vs are now coming in. A little bit damage done to the Vs here. No ambulance. Does need to get the ambulance. But yeah, SiZe, you can see his economy just ticking over with $60 every 10 seconds or whatever it is for the markets. Ooh, now we have an Aurora. Speaking of Auroras, that worker goes flying into outer space. Or the stratosphere, at least. Reznov is now trying to collect from here. I think that's a little bit brave, considering there is a tunnel here. Ready to pounce. Oh, he's going to lose some Chinooks. Or at least he collected a bit of money, I suppose, and they haven't gone into slow mode. Buggies and quads once again and chase away these Vs, but particle cannon is going to be ready. This has got to be SiZe done for now. This is what you get with the passive start. This is the punishment that you get. You're now left against a super weapon with 2 particle cannons, with Auroras, with EMPs, with Search and Destroy Vs. Reznov is ahead economically. Ooh, where's that? Arms dealer and a market. That's a very valuable market because that's not the fake one. That's the real one. So, I mean, what SiZe got now? 1 market in a refinery. Oh, man. A10 comes in on this side and takes out the other market. So, SiZe is left. Oh, that's a real nice hit. That's got to be it. That's got to be GG. What an amazing hit there from Reznov. SiZe has got 1 market. Sorry, not 1 market. He's got a fake market. He's got 1 buggy. That's it. Oh, my God. Well, as I said in the beginning, if you start with that passive play against a super weapon, you're giving him more chance to get into the game. I kind of get it because super weapon's kind of weak in the beginning. It's probably not going to be pushing out anytime soon. But in those opening 3 or 4 minutes, in my view, that's when you need to be punishing the super weapon as much as possible. You need to be hitting them hard when they're so weak because the Vs are more expensive. There's going to be less of them out in the beginning. Also, he might choose to play... He might open really passive with like 2 EMPs or something like that, in which case you might be able to sneak in through 1 entrance, hit the power, and he might just be dead from then. So, yeah, I would like to see more aggression from SiZe in that game. But that said, though, if he'd have just wiped him out, and if he'd just wiped Reznov out in 2 minutes, we wouldn't have had such an epic game. So you can see that SiZe collected 132,000, 95,000 for Reznov. But you can just see the units lost for SiZe, an extra 80 units lost, and it's just purely because Reznov was being efficient against the quads. He wasn't losing many Vs for quads, and when he was losing like 1 or 2 Vs, he would kill like 6 or 7 quads in return. So yeah, probably from SiZe, I would like to see a 2 supply build order, more technicals, tech RPGs, tech terror, stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure with a level of SiZe, he probably would have been able to wipe Reznov out in the first few minutes. But maybe SiZe just took Reznov for granted. Like I said, he's a bit of a dark horse. You can never take this guy for granted. Because he is a strong player. So yeah, GG, well played to both players. Let me know if you enjoyed this one in the comments. Let me know what you thought of it. What should SiZe have done differently? Are you impressed with Reznov? Have you heard of Reznov? Are you impressed with his level? So yeah, GG, well played, and see you in the next one.